I don't know what that did, but that was really weird. It was just supposed to be. Oh yeah, and now I got to turn that off. That was really weird. Okay, this is me. It was just supposed to be. Hold on. And now I got to turn that off. Okay, this is me. Okay, that was weird. That's me being a noob, okay? That's me trying to do something technology-wise to, gosh, that was weird. I have to work on that for next week. I'm trying to like get the broadcast started so I can share it because I can't share it before it starts. So I was just trying something. Okay, that was a major failure. Anyway, hey, welcome. I see I have some watchers here. I would love it if you would say hello over in the chat and let me know you're here. As you can see, I have goodies all around me, and I had a pretty fun time over at the Paradise Valley Antique Mall, which is here in Las Vegas over at Russell and Pecos. If you're local and you know where that is, I tell you what, guys, these antique malls have had a really tough time. And I am a dealer in an antique mall, and I can tell you we're open back up now, but as you can imagine, there's not a lot of business yet. It's not like the thrift stores where there was lines of people waiting to get in. You know, antiques and collectibles is not a necessity. That is not like I have to have it, I need to replace it. It's pure impulse, emotional buying. So it's been tough for the antique mall owners who have an enormous rent to pay. And as someone who had a very, very large building at one point, my rent was $22,000 a month. If you don't have revenue coming in to take care of that, you're hurting. You're hurting. The antique mall that I'm in is actually, I think, I want to say it's like 50,000 square feet. I know the guy who owns it owns several properties all over the country. And what I've heard is he really took a hit. I mean, property owners depend on rents to pay their mortgages and also give them, their revenue. So this has been hard times. And then if you're a dealer in an antique mall that has been closed for 2 months, you haven't been generating any sales off your stuff. And my mall that I'm in, which is the Antique Mall of America down on South Las Vegas Boulevard, you know where South Point is. It's really close to South Point. They didn't charge rent for April, which was fantastic. And then they prorated the time from the time they closed in March to the time we opened in May. So we still had some rent due this month, and we're going to have full rent due next month. But we don't have the customers because a lot of our business is tourists, and we don't have tourists right now because the casinos are all closed. So these are crazy times. Hello, you guys. I see you over there in the chat. Yay. Awesome. So we're in wild times, guys, but eBay is doing fantastic. Even antiques and collectibles, which is really interesting, but it happens this time of year usually when people get their tax refunds and start, buying some things they want as opposed to things they need. And I think the same thing is happening with these stimulus checks is people are shopping for something to fulfill them emotionally. And a lot of times that's what a collectible item does. You put something in your collection, it gives you, I'm trying to articulate what that feeling is. What is that feeling? Like when you have a collection and then you find something to add to your collection and it just gives you that, warm fuzzies. I got 2 warm fuzzies over here that I found on my shopping trip. So I know what the feeling feels like. I just can't quite express it. So that's what people are doing right now. And it has been really good. I hope it's been good for you. It's been really good for me. And I want to show you a couple of my honorable mentions of sales this week. So one of them that I don't have in my hand, but I'm going to share the screen here. If I can get this thing to work. I wish it would just save. It won't let me remember the decision. No, it won't let me remember the decision because I'm always going to show you the same screen, but whatever. Software. Anyway, so I had 4 of these vintage 7-Eleven Slurpee pins. And they are, I'll show you the back. They're just stupid little pins, okay? This is the kind of thing you might find at a yard sale or an antique store, antique mall. This one happens to be one of the most valuable of them. It says Scooby-Doo. It doesn't have Scooby-Doo on it. It just says Scooby-Doo. Slurp Scooby-Doo. It doesn't even say 7-Eleven on this one. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's why this one is valuable. But as you can see, I did my research and I knew this one sold in the $30 range. So I went ahead and I started an auction at $29.99 and it sold for $29.99. I'm telling you, if you can find this at a yard sale for, 25 cents, 50 cents, $1, grab it. Let me stop that for a second. I want to show you, because I sold some other ones too, but I got to go make sure I'm not showing you customer information. Let's see. Here we go. Yep. Now, I had one customer. See, I can't really do that because I have one customer buy them all, but he hasn't paid yet. But I can show you another one that's sold. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Pushing the button. There we go. So this one says DJ. Slurp DJ. I guess I had a Slurp campaign. Now I sold a couple others for $10 each. I started them at $9. This one started at $9.99 as well. And the other 2 started at $9.99, but they brought the opening bid and all 3 of them sold to this buyer that bought this one. So yeah, I will be on the lookout. Look for, it doesn't say 7-Eleven on it. It says Slurp. So you look for that Slurp on these pins. And that, yeah, there we go. Yeah. So I'm going to ask real quick. I just need to do a little sound check because I positioned my microphone like way over here so it wasn't in my way right in front of me. So just give me a little heads up if you're having trouble hearing me over in the chat. And if all is good, that would be great to know that too. Just so I don't keep talking and you can't hear me. But anyway, so I had those honorable mentions. Now, here are the ones that blew my mind this week because these were part of an auction lot that I purchased, and these were like the throwaway items. These were the items that I thought, if I got to put up with, some stuffed bunnies, I'll deal with them. They're cute. They're cute. Okay, so without knocking everything over here, who has heard of Bunnies by the Bay? Here they are. This one is even a winter. It's got its little mittens. This one actually has its hang tag still. Okay, as you can see there. All right. It's got a little snowman. It's just a cute bunny, right? Little. I was going to put it at the booth. So as I was researching the price to put on it, my mind was blown. Now, what I did notice too as I was going through is his little tushy tag here. $19.97, and it is a numbered piece. So to my surprise, this thing sold for $100. And I put these up at $99.99 each, and I started getting offers immediately. Now, I did not take the first offer that came. I thought, got something here. And I knew they sell quite high. Had I put it in auction format, it could have potentially gone higher. And in hindsight, I wish I had done that. But I will take the quick flip of $100 for a little stuffed bunny. Okay. So this one sold for $100. And then his little friend, I'm just going to set you down there so I don't tear stuff up. Oh, and then this one, I did take an offer of $75. $75, got the little basket. This one does not have the hang tag, but it does have the little tushy tag. Bunnies by the Bay. Be on the lookout for Bunnies by the Bay. There you go. Who knew? Yeah, right? That's a nice ka-ching. I was very pleasantly surprised when that wasn't even what I bought the auction lot for. That is the crazy thing, and that happens all the time. Lots are really great because you can discover something that you didn't really invest in. I didn't invest anything in these because my investment was for the other things in the lot. So that was pretty exciting. It was pretty exciting. So I just wanted to point those out to you because I'm sure they're out there. I mean, they're from the 90s, and I'm sure as people are cleaning out their extra rooms or mom's house or whatever, these bunnies are there from the 90s. And most people will think, as I actually did at first, that they are just to be tossed or donated. So I'm sure they can end up in the thrift stores too. And I would bet you most thrift store pricers don't have any clue that these are worth a ton of money. Yeah. So, and I'm just going to go over here and do a quick search to show you. All right, let me share my screen because I want to show you some of the other ones. Here we go. All right, so we put in bunnies. I mean, you can see I searched for it before. So Bunnies by the Bay. And we are going to search. And you could probably even do some flipping right on eBay by the looks of these $10 and $13.99 ones. Something potentially to look into. So we're going to switch this to highest first. You can see there's almost 3,000 listed. You can see some of them go up to hundreds of dollars. All right, so let's go down here and hit solds. And there we go. So, and this to my surprise was what I found when I did this research, is they can sell for hundreds of dollars. Hundreds of dollars. So as I said, in hindsight, I wish I had ran these on auction. If I could do it over again, knowing what I know now and how quickly those sold. See, my worry was I didn't want to sit on them for any length of time. I wanted them to sell quickly, which they did. And I'm perfectly happy with the prices I got. But strategy-wise, in the future, if I get any of these, I will auction. I will auction. And you know, it's different ones sell for different prices, as you can see there too. So there's no saying that had I put them on auction, they would have gone any higher either. So there's always that to consider, because now we're getting down into the 125, 85, 80, 80, 100. So mine sold right in a nice range. But I betcha. Let's go look at something. And I'm not going to go do this. I'm not going to go search on it, but this is something, if you're having trouble finding things to source, this might be something for you to consider. I went to lowest first. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of other stuff mixed in here when you sort by lowest first. But you can start seeing pretty quick here. You should start seeing some actual bunnies. Like here. No, they're just selling the hat or the vest. So it looks like people sell just the accessories for them. So you'd have to dig a little bit and get to the ones that are just here. Let's do this. Let's see who's running them on auction, because that's where you're liable to really get your good deals. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, you have to dig. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but this would be the process you'd go through. Like here's one that potentially, yeah, look at that. There's a bunny by the bay for $4.99 starting. Actually, here's the key. Put in limited edition. Let's see what we get with limited edition, because that could be the key. So still $11.99, $30, $25. So you could, and then they go right up from there. So you could actually watch for these ones that people are listing that they don't quite know what they've got and make a flip score. A flip score. Is that a word? Is that a thing? A flip score. I like it. I think we should have flip scores. I do like, yeah, I like that term. I'm going to start using that. Flip score. Okay. Okay, so who wants to see the goodies that I got on Saturday at the Antique Mall? I was there for, I would say I was there for about 2 hours. I went to every single booth. And in the video, I edit it and I get it down to YouTube size. And also, it was a little difficult. There was actually quite a few people shopping, and then sometimes I had employees hovering. So I always feel awkward videoing when somebody's kind of hovering around me. So I didn't get to film like all of the stuff I found. So this will be like a surprise for you guys because you didn't see me pick up a lot of this. But let's just start. I sold a piece of silver plate a couple of weeks ago now by a company named Meriden. And it's quadruple plate. I don't know if you'll be able to see that mark very well or not. It's trying to focus. There we go. Meriden, what I found out, was a very, very good company. And their stuff sells for good money. Now, this was in a booth that was 50% off. And they had it priced at $30. So it was $15. I did not look it up. I just took a chance knowing what I knew about previously having looked up the Meriden name. Treasured finds, $13.65. Just did a Google search on bunnies by the bay, and they were founded in 1986 by two sisters. They were created for gifts for infants. Interesting. Oh, thank you. Thank you for doing that little Google. That's awesome. There you go. So this is really cute. I'm not even sure the intention of it. I almost want to say it was like a salt, but it's a little big for a salt. So maybe a master salt. But let's go look up. Let's go see what we can find and see if I can flip it. Get a flip score. I like that term. I'm going to use that. Flip score. All right. So what I do know about it, it's Meriden, and it's actually quadruple plate, and you can see eBay's pre-filling. It knows what people are searching for in this. So we've only got 14 results on the active. So let's just kind of go down and see what we find. You can see they do bring pretty good money. All right. I'm going to go over here to sold because that's what really matters. And let's see. So there's a pair of napkin rings. And I know the figural napkin rings do really well. So, oh, here we go. Now, this is not the same piece. It's a toothpick holder. Of course it is. Yay. So now mine is not a goat. Mine is a little girl, but this tells me it's Victorian. I don't know that I would use the words pinched fluted on mine, but I would definitely use toothpick holder. So now I know what it is. So the other search that I'm going to do, once I kind of look through the rest of these. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Now that I know, and I don't know why I didn't think before that it was a toothpick, I'm going to change my search to take out the quadruple plate because some sellers may have called it silver plate. So I'm just going to put in toothpick, and there we go. So it's very close to this one. This auction got 22 bids. So I'm going to go over here and see what they started it at. It looks like they started at $9.99, and they had one real heavy hitter in here going for it. And then the battle came down to, looks like 3 people were fighting over this. 3 people were fighting over this. So this tells me I could probably do a successful auction on this. And I might just do that. So I have 2 trains of thought. And this goes back to like the bunnies too. One school of thought that I have is that I can do the auction and take the risk, or I can list it at about what this one sold for and see if I get some immediate action and get an offer. Because the other thing is we only get so many auction listings per month before they start charging us. In my case, it's 25 cents an auction still because I'm not at a premium store. I'm one below a premium store still. I haven't bumped it up because they're giving me 50,000 free fixed price listings. So there's no reason for me to bump it up right now. So I have to utilize my 200 auctions strategically. And this is an item I can put it at fixed price with best offer, see what happens. If it doesn't sell, I can always send it to auction and know that it will sell. So I will probably list this as about $59.99 with best offer. And because it's also pretty rare, as you could see from this, there wasn't, I don't know, did we look at active? Let's look at active real quick. Yeah, there's none. So I might even put it at $69.99 and see what happens. So that'll be fun. I will definitely update you on that. So $15 into at least $50. That's a nice healthy profit margin. We'll take that. Okay, I got this little plate. I paid, I have to refer back. Okay, it was $5, and I ended up paying $2.50. For $2.50, I can take a chance, right? It's like a raised enamel. It strikes me as Scandinavian. It is signed, but I cannot make out that signature to save my life. If anybody recognizes it, I would be ever so appreciative. I think it's TILL something. But I mean, I'll try to figure it out a little bit. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it right now. But for $2.50, this is the type of item I can list at $9.99. And if it is valuable, the people that know it's valuable will come out and bid. And I may not get top dollar, but I'll get a really healthy profit on it. A really healthy profit. Okay. So I bought this bird thing. I don't even know. Did I bring it over here? Oh, I did. Okay. Let me show you the bird. This was hanging, and it's going on my back porch because, you know, birds and everything. It's a planter, so I got to figure out what I'm going to put in him. This is not worth reselling, and frankly, there is no way I would want to ship this with those wings. But I love him, so I got into a discussion about birds with with the owner. And the next time I came up to the register to put some stuff up there, she said, here, how about this? This has a bird. It's only $5. So I'm like, okay, why not? The thing is, it's really nicely done inside, which actually surprised me. The red, I mean, that's crushed velvet in there. It's nice. So I think we have to do a little research on this. Or is there? No, there's no signature or marks on the bottom, and it doesn't look that old to me. It just doesn't look old. So let's figure out what it is. And again, I paid $5 for it. So let's go over here. All right. So what I know about this, it is a carved wood box with a bird. We'll start there. That's what I know. I've got 8 results. So it's not that, not that, not that. It's similar to that. Trinket box, fine detailed bird. They don't really know either. Let's look at solds. See if we can find anything. It's not quite this quality. Interesting. Let's see. Nope. Nothing. So now I know if I just put in carved wood box, I am going to get way too many results. So 645 results. So I know it's not an antique. So let me go and just look in the collectibles category. Now we're down to 200 results. That's a little more manageable. So now we go down and we try to find something similar. I don't think it's Chinese. It doesn't, I mean, I guess it could be. To me, it has more of a South American feel to it. Oh, let's see. That's cool. I mean, it's a quality piece with the velvet on the, if it didn't have the velvet on the inside, I'd be thinking, oh, it's just like a cheap tourist piece, but it's done a little better than that. Now, with a piece like this that I can't find an exact value, I'm probably going to run this one at auction, and I will run it starting at, say, $29.99. Because if it is worth $100, somebody is either going to grab it up at the $29.99 and I've got a healthy profit, or you're going to get a couple of collectors that are going to drive the price up. Either way, it's a win. So yeah, this one's going to go on auction because I don't really have a place to go to list it at fixed price like I did the toothpick holder, where I could see an example of about what they bring. And yeah, I can go over to Worth Point and dig a little more, but this is one of the things that I tell you guys to be careful about, is how much time you spend on research. I know some of you spend way too long researching a piece. It was one of the reasons I wanted to do the show in this format, is to show you not only the actual research and the way I do that, but my thought process on how I will get this listed, even when I don't know exactly what it's worth. So you can see I spent about a minute there. I can't really find anything that is a close match. I think it's worth around $30. So I will start an auction at $30 and let it go. Now, if it doesn't sell at auction for that $30 or $29.99, which is where I will list it at, I'll stick it on fixed price with best offer, and I'll probably bump it up $10, because I don't want the people who watch the auction to think they're going to get it cheaper if they don't grab it at the auction. I'm trying to train my return customers that, hey, the price is going to go up if you don't grab the auction. So that's what I'll do. And I'll still probably end up selling it for about $29.99 because I'll take a best offer. So that's kind of how that works. Steak. All right. What else is small here? Oh, these guys. There was a seller who had 50% off in their booth. And it was really exciting because they had really nice stuff. And I actually felt really bad because I know they are one of those dealers that is really suffering and they probably don't sell on eBay. That's another thing, you guys. Hook up with some of these dealers who don't sell on eBay. Perhaps you could do some consignment of their really good items. I mean, there was items in their booth that were potentially worth hundreds of dollars online, but they're not going to really get that price at the antique mall. So you can maybe work something out with dealers like that. So let me just look real quick. I paid, okay, these were $5 less 50%. So I paid $2.50 for these little glass chicken. Now they're calling them egg cups. So that's the first place I'm going to look and see. There are, I was looking, there's no marks. They're older. I mean, they actually have straw marks. And I don't know, I have to cover my eyes so the thing doesn't pick up my face. Can you see the little, maybe the little lines going across there? Those are called straw marks. They happen in the cooling process of the glass. The theory is that they set them on straw and a piece of straw kind of comes up, and I don't know how accurate that is, but I think that's where the term came from. So let's go see if, well, let's see if they are egg cups and let's go see what they're worth. So many buttons to push. All right, here we go. All right, so they are chicken. Whoops, I'm gonna start with glass. Glass, chicken, egg cup. And I'm not gonna put plural just in case somebody only listed one. All right, so we got some milk glass ones. We got some slag glass ones. Did they put swag? Those are not swag, they're slag. Slag with an L. All right, there's these. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. Not exactly. Not exactly. I can't even tell what these look like. We'll go back and look at that in a second if I can't find another one. So I'm finding other ones, but not. Here we go. Wah, 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 wah. I'm not really pleased to see a 99-cent. Well, yeah. That's okay, though. So this is a good lesson. So we see one sold at auction for 99 cents. You know what that tells me? Do not put these on auction for 99 cents. Let's go and see what my competition is over here. So again, someone started an auction. There are none at fixed price. So guess what Danny's going to do? Danny will be bold. Danny will list these at $19.99 with best offer. Worst case scenario, I end up, selling them for, I think I could get $10. I can get $10 to offers to watchers. If I have them listed at 20, somebody's interested enough to put them on their watch list, and then I give them a half price deal. We're going to try it. But like $2.50 investment, if I only sell them for $10, I have still made a good profit. But it was a good lesson. Or they could go in my kitchen because they're awfully cute. Awfully cute. All right. What do I go to next? All right. That's got to go later. All right. Now, I am no expert on Roseville, okay? The dealer, the booth that I bought these from had a lot of Roseville. and it was priced pretty healthy. I'm sorry, my bad. These are not Roseville. These are Weller. Jeez. Okay. They had a lot of very nice pottery. Cover my face so it'll focus on that mark there. They're Weller. Okay. Weller, Roseville have some very similar items, very similar colors. Hey, Swamp Picker. Good to see you here. So, yes, I don't know if these are reproductions. See, that's the thing. I have to do a little bit more research. Now, this was in a 50% off booth. I paid $25. So they were priced at $50. I paid $25. Now, one of the reasons I did that is I just sold a piece of Weller with a chip for $100. Weller is one of those pottery brands that is pretty desirable. So this is the moment of truth, guys, to see if I made a good buy or not. So let's go take a look. All right, so what do we know? We know Weller. I'm not going to put the color in. Oh, look, it already knows what I'm going to look for. I'm going to call it a candle holder first. And there's a single. They're calling it Roma. It's good to know a pattern. Let me go over to solds. Okay, I can't quite find. So let me take out the holder, because sometimes the seller doesn't use the word holder. They'll use the word candlesticks. There's 13 results. 43. So the pattern is going to be important on this. So I'm going to have to find the pattern. Now, to find the pattern, one of the quickest ways to do it is I'm going to take out this. I'm going to put Weller pottery, and I'm going to put in blue, because obviously it's blue. And in doing this too, if you pay attention, you'll also see, oh, I see those are worth more money than some others. Is this? Ooh, is that it? No, it's not quite the same. This looks like it has little roses on it. So I can't find it like this. Ah, wait, there we go. Blue drapery. That's it. So let me go back up now and put blue drapery. Now I can verify I've got the right pattern name. Unfortunately, it's not a real high seller. Who knew? And there's one piece for 25. Now, again, there's one piece listed and no others. So I will put my candlesticks up. Let me stop transferring. I will put these up for $49.99. I think that's a good price. I think the dealer knew what the price was, and the only reason I was able to pick these up is because they were 50% off. So $25 profit, I will take that. This same dealer had something I'm really excited about. I wish they hadn't put the sticker, the price tag, on the same side as the original tag. And so if you are a dealer at an antique mall, please, please, please be aware of this. Put your sticky price tags on the opposite side of an original sticker, or I mean, it was really good they didn't put it on the bottom, because the bottom is a place we need to look at to see authenticity and all of that. But this is going to be tough to put any kind of a substance on this and protect. I got to make sure I don't knock off this original Murano price tag. See, can you see that? Ooh, there we go. This is an original piece of Murano. Now, even if it didn't have that sticker, you can see on this piece, hopefully, the quality of the glass work. There are 2 colors in there. There is the gold, aventurine, and you can look at the pontil on the bottom, which is all polished, smooth, and flat. This is definitely a piece of authentic Murano, and it is a horse head. I paid, it was priced right to begin with at only $17.50, but it was 50% off. So I paid $8.75 for said little horsey. Hello. Bobby Bushy is mom to me. She's busy packaging sales. Yeah, you know, I have a lot of sales to package up, but I am so thankful for that I have all day to do it because there was no shipping today. Very happy about that. All right, let's go. Oop. Push the right buttons here. And let's go see what my little Murano horsey. Whoops. Wish I could see. Murano glass horse. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, because there's not very many results, is I'm going to get my head around what some other pieces that are out there are listed for. And you can see Murano glass horse brings back some really fun results. As I suspected it would. So these are much, much smaller, these ones. And I would suspect that these are not, these ones down at the bottom here, I would question whether some of them are genuine Murano. Like, this is actually against eBay's rules. And I don't know how they were able to put question marks in there, because every time I try to do that, I get the little hand slap by eBay saying, no, 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 you can't use a question mark. But there you go. Don't use question marks. Don't use punctuation in your titles. All right. So this definitely is not Murano. Not Murano. That one's possible. Okay, let's go look at solds, because I don't even see my exact horse head in here. And that's what I love. I love it when there is no actual result. Okay. Woo, that's very funky. All right. See, they actually knew. You can see these ones that sold the highest, they knew who the designer or the artist was. And that's really helpful with Murano. This one, no, so this one is similar, but it's a different shaped horse. And this also has the Millefiori in it, which is very popular. My thinking was that this was going to be worth in the $50 range. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with $50. So because it's worth about 50. See, again, this one that was on auction, and I think that went too cheap. Murano Art Rare Color Glass Head Horse Brown Gold Green. That, I'm sorry if this seller is watching my show, but I'm not sorry because I can help you right now. This is a horrible title, both from the perspective of a potential buyer reading it and the eBay search bots. And let me tell you why. So the human brain reads words in a certain way. Murano Art Rare Color Glass Head Horse Brown Gold Green. When I read that to you out loud, it's completely discombobulated and makes no real logical order. Whereas had they called this Murano Art Glass Horse Head Brown Gold Green Rare, they would have come up in search a lot more often. If somebody was searching for a Murano Art Glass horse, right? And the potential to get more than those 2 bids would have been much higher. The other thing is the all caps. All caps is seen in conversations, in written conversations, in like social media. It's seen as yelling. It is also seen as, I don't want to offend anyone, but it's seen as laziness. Just going to say it. So a seller that doesn't take the time to just type out the title with the first letter as a capital in grammatically correct titles that we learned back in school, already you're kind of questioning, is it really what they're presenting it to be? It's a perception thing. So be careful with the words and the phrasing that you use. Like you'll notice when I changed it around, I used the same words they used. I put them in a different order, and that different order is what has made the biggest difference since eBay changed over to their new search algorithm. It is not so much the words, it's the order of the words, because people type things into search a certain way depending on what they're looking for. And eBay is trying to connect them with what they are most likely to buy, which is going to be the items that are closest to that search. So don't do that. And here's another one. Murano, Italy, glass brown horse head bust by V. Nason, original label. See, when I say that out loud to you, it's really, really discombobulated. And the search bots are coming back with that being discombobulated as well. And it's interesting, this seller also didn't bother to capitalize anything. That has the same effect. That does not look professional. And what you're trying to convey with higher priced items is professionalism, which equates into trust that the buyer's going to get what they pay for. So, and that also, you can see, only brought 1 bid of $20. So hopefully that's the lesson learned there. There's another one. Yep. So I don't take those results. And again, these are all on auction, which tells me auction is not the way to go with my horsey head. So my horsey head is going to go at fixed price with best offer. I'm going to start it at $69.99. The other thing I do is something like this. This goes over onto a site called cherish.com. That is CHAIR. You know what? Let me pull it up. Let me show you Cherish. Let me get horsey head safely over there. Let me pull up Cherish and show you what Cherish looks like. Because if you sell high-end antiques and collectibles, and they don't even have to be high-end. I like high-end because they take 20% and there's no cross-listing software at this point for Cherish. So to make it worthwhile, I put my high-end stuff over there, and I put a much higher price on it than I do on eBay, because this is the beauty of niche, you guys. This site is niched. This site caters to interior designers, home decorators, home stagers, what I like to call people spending other people's money on something that looks good. That is what Cherish is all about. And it is a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. They curate, so not everything that you send them will be accepted. But you can see they have collections. And they're really good at their email marketing. Now, what they do is they take the first picture of the item that you submit and they make it pretty. So all of these gallery photos, they have done that white background. You don't even have to do that. It is a truly beautiful thing. And I have done quite well on Cherish, and I sell most of my Murano glass on Cherish for really good money. So something to consider. They have all different categories. Let me see. How can I show you their categories? Oh, here we go. So yes, they have furniture and they have large items, but they also have, well, shucky darns. Here, let me just show you what Murano glass looks like if you do a search. Oops, what did I type in there? Murano. There we go. They can't tell me they don't have Murano because I have Murano listed. So you can choose from vases, ashtrays, lighting. Let's just look at decorative bowls. And you'll just see how beautiful this site is and how they cater to that interior designer. There you go, guys. Look at that. You got any of this laying around? Look at the prices on here. It's a beautiful thing. And they take, now they'll take 30% unless you have at least 20 items listed. If you have 20 items in your shop, it's 20%. So if you wanted to start listing on Cherish, just put 20 items into draft mode until you're ready to send them all in. Now, I would advise doing at least 25 or 30 because it's liable that some of them will get rejected. But I mean, look at how beautiful they represent the stuff. And then they have wonderful options for labeling and on all of that. Yep. So when you say you send it to them, do you just mean you list it there? You don't actually, correct. Yeah, no, it's in my possession. It is cross-posted on eBay and Etsy and Cherish. So yeah, it's still here in my possession. When I say send it to them, I mean send the listing, list it there. That's what I meant. Thank you for helping me clarify that. So Ricky Donald says, I'm a true believer in auctions in which the market determines current value and worth. I also am a firm believer in moving items quickly. And I say amen to both of those. That is why, there is no set way to sell across the board. If you have commodity items, if you're selling things that people, and by commodity items, what I mean is if somebody sits down at their computer and says, I need a pair of shoes, and they have a certain date that they need those shoes by, they are not going to bid on an auction no matter how good the starting price is, because they have a set timeline. They need it. And there's pretty much a set market value for something like a pair of shoes. Now, where that changes on a pair of shoes is, let's say it is a limited edition. I know there's like a crazy trend out there with athletic shoes and certain, it's not my thing. But there are sellers because there is a lot of sellers selling the same thing, they are going to start an auction to try to generate the people to come over and buy it from them. There are some things that no matter where you start it on auction, it's going to end in a certain price range. So there's that. If you're selling household products that people sit down and go, I need this, they're going to go find the fixed price. They're not going to bid on an auction. Collectibles, antiques, things that are impulse items, those are things that potentially are really good at auction, but not all things are created equal. As I said before, if there's a lot of them listed in a price range, just like the shoes, you might run the auction a little lower, get some attention. You always run the risk of selling it cheaper, of course. You always run the risk of selling it at your opening bid, and you just have to be aware of that. But if it's something rare and you don't know what the current market value is, by all means, start it at auction. Start it where you would be happy if it ended right there and if that's what it's sold for, okay? Auctions can be great. Like I did the quilts, last week and the week before. I was really pleasantly surprised with the prices that the quilts went for, and I would have been very happy with the opening bids, as some of them sold at the opening bid. So that was a win-win. Had I started them at $10 or $20 and they went for opening bids, I would have had regrets. So that's what I don't want you to have, is regrets. No regrets. So yeah, I mean, the auction format can absolutely work in your favor still. Hey, you guys, okay, if we just I'll keep going if you guys want to stay and go through this stuff. I don't have anywhere to be. Because I know we have a lot of people who just came on, and I still have quite a few things I haven't even talked about yet. So we'll just keep going. All right. I didn't take this all out because there's a lot of pieces. But let me just show you. They're little dessert plates and mugs. They're not even saucers. I don't think they're meant to be saucers because there's no little divot in the middle. It's so yummy. That's just the word that comes to my mind when I saw it on the shelf. It's just a yummy set. And it's a service for, I want to say 8. It might even be 10 because I didn't take them all out. It's at least 8. It's 8 to 10. And I pay, it's 8 because they put it on here. So it was priced at $60 and it was 50% off. So I've got 8 mugs and 8 plates, and it is Harry and David. And I don't know anything about it. For me, this was it's just yummy. And if I ended up having to put this up on my shelf, I could do it. I could live with it. So let's go see if I'm selling it or keeping it. All right. I'm going to push some buttons and get over there. We go. I don't like this software. All right. So it's Harry and David. Now, I'm just going to put Harry and David because the first thing I want to see is it a good brand? Look at that. There's only 23 results. That's generally not a good sign unless there's just not very much listed. So we've got the blue. See, nothing here is as yummy as these. So I'm not discouraged. All right. Let me go look at actives. And we have 40. Okay, so the sell-through is okay. Amazon gives you a sell-through rate. They give you a rank, so to speak. eBay does the same thing. You just have to kind of do a little math in your head. You look at how many are active listings and then how many are sold. And you can kind of see if you've got 1,000 active listings and only 10 sold, that is not a good sell-through rate. If you have 100 listed and 10 sold, that's a much, much better sell-through rate. If you have 20 listed and 10 sold, that's an excellent sell-through rate. See how that works? Okay, Harry and David. Yeah, not seeing these. So what it tells me is the brand itself is not going to be the selling point on these. It's not going to be it. It is going to be the yummy factor. I am going to take some really, really good pictures. And I am going to give that yummy color springtime feel to this. And I think I don't know if I should do the plates. Yeah, I'm going to have to dig into this a little more and find out if this is supposed to be a saucer or if this is a mug and a dessert plate. Kind of leaning toward mug and dessert plate, but I'm going to see which is more profitable. And let's say worst case scenario, they're worth $10 a set. That's still $80 out of my $30 investment. I'll take a $50 profit margin. I think they'll do better than that though. Because I'm telling you, I don't know, you guys, it's just yummy. Yummy, yummy. All right. This was also a 50% off. Actually, this is the piece that drew me into this seller's cabinet, is this really finely crimped and ruffled, it's a Victorian bowl. You can see this is the pontil, like we talk about on Murano. This is super smooth and flat. This is like a pretty normal pontil for a hand-blown piece. This is where they broke it off and they polished it. You know, they got the rough edges off, but they leave it. It's like a belly button. It's like a glass belly button, for lack of a better term. This is hand painted. You can actually feel the paint, and it's got the pink. I mean, it's a nice piece. And I paid. Let me find what I paid for this. I paid $15. It was $30, marked 50% off. And again, this is one of those pieces that I don't have a maker's name. I don't have anything. So let's see if we can find similar. Hey, Yvonne. She says, hey, I just watched you buy. I know I had to hurry up and get that video up so you can see me buying it. Yeah, thanks for watching. All right, so let me see what this little goodie is. All right, so what do we know? Well, we know it's glass. Now, if I were just to put in glass vase, we would get like way too many. So I'm trying to come up with some words. Now, I happen to know this is crimped. Not everybody may know that. I try to show you things that are like, you can know nothing about something and find it. So let me just put in glass, vase, hand painted. Let's go there and let's just see. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to solds first, because you're going to get less results to go through in solds, except in this case. That has never happened. Wow. Okay. There's actually 200 more results in solds than in active. So let's give it another word. I am going to put in pink, because we know it's got pink. All right, this is a little easier. Wow, look at that. Somebody scored on that lot. I'm telling you, you guys can flip stuff right off of eBay. That was on auction. Now, somebody had to pay $100 shipping, but how many pieces are in there? Let's pull that up. I don't know. Let's just have some fun. And that's going to be a packaging nightmare for this poor seller. I don't know what they're thinking. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 14 pieces of Fenton Burmese glass. As far as I know, Fenton Burmese still sells for really good money. So that's a heck of a deal. I'm trying to do the math in my head and still talk at the same time of how much per piece that is. Somebody do the math for me. 14 pieces. So let's just say $525 divided by 14. Somebody quick, give me the math. That's incredible. Look at that. Oh, be still my heart. That's the kind of seller that I will go put on a watch list too, to see if they're running all kinds of auctions that way. It's pretty cool. Okay, what were we doing? Oh yeah, we were looking for this. Okay. Again, look, Fenton Burmese. Yeah, Fenton Burmese does really well. So I'm looking for something that is I'm getting squirreled. I'm getting squirreled. I keep looking. All right. Don't do it, Danny. Don't stop and look at stuff. So the reason the Fenton Burmese is coming up is because I put in pink. And that's okay. Right now, I'm just looking for a roundabout market value. Now, something else I can do. Here's a very similar style. They're calling it a rolled edge. See, I don't think that's a term that most people would consider. Fenton's still big, you guys. I've never been a Fenton fan. Just is not. It's not my. I like the 100-year-old glass. Most everything is Fenton. This is not Fenton. I know this is not Fenton. It does not have that. Fenton has a heavier, rounded feel from other companies. So here's something that I can also do in search is if I know something is not something, I can put a minus sign. Let's see if this still works. Yeah, now it just took out all the Fenton results. So hand painted doesn't seem to be the key on this. So let me try Victorian. $62 results. But you can see glass can still bring some really good money. Similar with a little bit different edge to it. So again, I don't want to spend a ton of time researching this item. What did I say I paid? I paid $15. So I will more than likely just use the keywords of Victorian, glass, vase, crimped, ruffled, edge, or rim. I'll have to see which term works better. Hand painted, and I'll probably put it up for about $60 with best offer. $37? $30? Not sure what you guys are talking about. What did I miss? What did I miss? On this, you're saying it's worth that, about that much? I'm thinking I can get more. And I'll put it over on Cherish. It is definitely, it's in the style of some companies, either Webb, Mount Washington, is it Pearpoint? I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I almost just had a little heart attack. I felt something, but it was a piece of tape. I was like, no, don't be cracked. So yeah, so for me, I will probably dig a little more to try to find the maker because that's just me. It's my hobby. From a business perspective, I wouldn't spend a ton of time because time is money. Okay. But if you enjoy looking up stuff, do it. Okay, this is one that's either going to break my heart or make me really happy. And you asked what, thank you. You guys were doing math for me on the, I forgot I asked you that. You asked what the Fenton Burmese for, okay, so 14,425. Yeah, so I still think there's profit to be made there. We could look real quick. Let's just for giggles. Just for giggles, let's look and see what the Fenton Burmese is going for. Fenton Burmese. There we go. So there's that one. So the lamp, obviously, is a good piece. The épergne, or épergne. I always say épergne. It's épergne, right? It's épergne. Épergne. French. I never took French. You got some vases doing good. Here's the fairy lamp. There was a fairy lamp in there. Yep. Another fairy lamp. Yeah, so see, even just the fairy lamp goes for about 140, 145. Yeah, I'm thinking somebody's going to be able to make some good money off of that lot. Yep. Yeah, just looking. They'll do okay. They're going to do okay. If somebody bought that for resale, they're going to do okay. All right, let's look at this piece. It's my horsey teapot. I've seen this in this antique mall for a while. I'm looking to see what I paid for it. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. So it's priced at $36. There was a point I almost paid that for it pre-shutdown. So to my surprise, the seller had a 25% off sale. And if you watch the video, you'll see I looked at it and then I zeroed right back on it. I'm like, yeah, I gotta have it. So let's see what it's worth and whether I'm keeping it and will be delightfully happy, or if it's worth enough that I can't keep it, I have to sell it. Let's do that. Because sometimes we have to make those decisions, right? At least I can keep it for a while until it sells. Okay, so it is GB China Designs, decorated in Norfolk, made in England, Wood & Sons. There's all kinds of different stuff on here. So I'm going to look first for wood. Oops, what did I do? Hold on. I just did something weird. Me and technology. Here we go. It wasn't in the right place. Okay, wood. I'm not going to put and or the ampersand. Wood & Sons teapot. Let's just look. All right. So it's a pretty decent brand. Huh. Okay. So what did I say? I ended up paying $27 for this teapot. Now, if I could get $50 plus for this teapot, I would sell it. Now you can see these go all the way down, down. But the fact that there are some that sell for higher dollars is encouraging to me. And there's no horse. Let's look at actives. I am going to add in horse. So what eBay is going to show me is things that match fewer words. Still not finding it. So what this tells me is I have a fairly rare piece of this particular maker. And I probably will go over to Worth Point. But this right here tells me that I can get away with listing this for like $79.99 and not be completely out of my mind. And then I guess I should look up this GB China Designs, which I should have done that when I was still sharing the screen. Let's look at GB China Designs. China. Now I'm not going to just put in teapot. I want to see if the brand. See, I'm getting clothing. eBay, you're so weird. What clothing? Let me try separating the G and the B. Because you never know. Yeah, nothing. Not a ding darn thing. So I get to set my price on this. I might even put it up for $100 and see if I get any action. And until it sells for a price that I won't regret, it will sit on my little shelf and I will enjoy it. because it's pretty spectacular. The lid has horses on it, and I didn't show you the bottom. So you can see, let me get the angle just right. See you've got the impressed wooden suns made in England, and then you have the, so I think what that means is that wooden suns made the blank, meaning they made the teapot without any art on it, and then this other company put the decorations. And I think they're transfers. Yeah, they're transfers. It's not painted. But the fact that it's horses and it's emotional, see what happens, right? Oh, check this out. This isn't going anywhere except my desk. So I don't even care what it's worth, but I had to show you. Like, it's a tortoise. It could be a turtle if you like turtles more than tortoise, but for me, it's a tortoise because that's what I have. So I paid, he was $4. No, he was $5. He was 50%. He was $10, 50% off, $5. $5 for my little, and I just about fell out of my chair, you guys. That would be not so fun. Here. Oh, let me pull some stuff over here that I haven't done yet. Okay. Okay. This was like the first thing that I bought. It's Quarry Critters. Quarry Critters doesn't bring a whole ton of money. But again, tortoises. So I'm probably going to take a picture of my babies. I have 3 shell dogs, tortoises. And I will get a picture of them all together. You know what the really cool thing about taking pictures of tortoises? They don't move very fast, so you have a chance to snap the picture. You can stage them. Especially if you do it like in the morning when it's a little cooler, because the cooler they are, the slower they move. So yeah, I'll put a picture of my guys in there, and it'll go in my kitchen. If you watched my video, the Show Off Your Bunker Challenge video, you can see my kitchen tortoise collection. It's in there. Stay. All right. All right. This piece, let's see, what did I pay for this? I paid, I don't even know what they call this. Japanese vase. That's it. So it was $12 less 50%. So $6. I mean, if you guys have been to the thrift stores around here lately, for those of you who are like in Vegas, you can't even buy this at Savers for $6. It does have an older Made in Japan sticker down there on the bottom, which is why I picked it up. I knew it was not a new piece. This is a vintage piece. And I don't know a lot about it. And so this is a piece that probably I will just go on margin. I don't think it is anything that spectacular, but I think this is an easy $20 profit. So I'll probably price this at like $39.99, which is probably a little on the high side. I would expect to get closer to $20 to $25, but I start high just in case it is worth something good like that. And then I will take a lower offer and work my prices down that way. So I won't even research this. I'll just list it that way because it's a quick profit. Where to set stuff back down where it's not going to get broken. All right. And then you can see on this, yeah, $2.50. $2.50. And this is a piece of Gonder. Now, I don't know what Gonder is worth. We're going to check that in just a second there. You see the mark. What I do know is this looks very mid-century, and it's got really good color and form. And I know it's worth a heck of a lot more than $2.50 to somebody. So why don't we go see? Look at the inside color too. If it's not worth more than $2.50, I will make it into one of my little flower arrangements, and then it will be. All right. Let me share the screen again. All right. So let's go take a gander at what Gonder. Now, I'm not going to put in vase yet. I just want to see what Gonder pottery is going for. And we're already in sold, so I can see 45, 50. Oh, I want one of those. So this is how I learn. I start just looking, and now I'll recognize stuff, and hopefully my memory banks can retain some of this information. And you can see now the prices go down. I want to caution you against putting too much weight into these bottom prices. These were both auction format, and it's very possible they just didn't get enough search action to get the right amount of people interested. Doesn't mean it's actually worth $2. Unless you see a whole bunch of results of that same one selling for, $2 to $5, don't take that as the value. All right, let's go look at actives. And there's not a lot of this listed either. That's what's interesting. And you've got some really good prices. So yeah, I'm thinking I should absolutely be able to get at least $30 for this. Don't know if it's mid-century. It's got a mid-century feel to it, but okay, 1950s Gonder. Yeah, so I bet you I'm going to find this is mid-century. It's very similar mold, $40. Yeah, this is encouraging. Is it going to be a fast seller? Sure isn't. Hey, look, there's that one again for $17.95. I wonder if this is the person that bought it from the other person and now is flipping it. Wouldn't that be funny? This is almost the same. Yeah, it's actually really close. So yeah, there you go. So my $2.50 investment can turn into $30. And even if it turned into $20, I'm okay with that profit margin. Really, really okay with that. Okay, showed you that. I showed you all that. What I didn't show you yet is this set. And I'm not even sure how to show it to you. This is a 7-piece vanity set. It is milk glass. Technically, it's milk glass, but there are differences in milk glass. Most of the milk glass we think of is that real heavy, opaque white milk glass that Fenton and Westmoreland and companies like that really made popular in the 1950s. Milk glass goes way further back to Victorian times. And the older milk glass, you might be able to see it better on, yeah, maybe just like trying to describe this. Like, see this lid? It is opaque, but yet see how you can see through it? That painting is on the other side, but you're able to see through it because it's not completely opaque. You can hold it up to the light and the light comes through. This is the truly old Victorian milk glass. And a lot of times they painted it. So, and I'm not real thrilled with the color and the styling of this paint, but the fact that it is, painted pieces, and I have a set of 7 pieces. Now, this was also in the 50% off. I'm just reading the comments over here. A 2% milk. Are you being funny? Are you being funny right now? Antique Days. That's a 2% milk glass. I think you're trying to be funny. All right. So I saw this set, and what I have never seen before, which is what made me buy this, was that it was 7 matching pieces. And I get a little, what's the word? Sentimental? Like, I look at these pieces and I think, There was some young lady that over 100 years ago, these were on her vanity, and she had her little makeup and powder and whatever she would put on the dresser tray. Again, you can see, you can see through that painting. And this was this was a used thing. This was functional back then, and it was beautiful. And I'm sure the paint was not worn, and it had everything. Now, does anybody know what the vanity bottles would have had in them, or also known as like barber bottles? What would they have kept in these? Oh, and I just noticed this one has a crack. Well, shucky darns. That's heartbreaking. All right. Yep, sometimes you just don't notice it till you get it home. I don't even know if I can point it out to you. It's right. It's right where the schmooze is. That's where it's where the price tag got put. That's okay. It's not a used piece. They're a little big for perfume, though. Like, these are big. So I'm not so sure they put perfume, but maybe lotion. Did they use lotion back then? I don't know. It always just gets me thinking, like, what was life like back then? We're so spoiled. We truly are so spoiled. And then there's two sizes of the trinket type things. This one has straw marks, but that's not a crack. Straw marks are okay. Talked about. But yeah, I could not leave this behind. I paid $65 for the entire set. I don't even know what it's worth, but I figured, it's got to be worth at least $100 complete. Not that I want to pack it up, but just, yeah, this was really, this one pulled my heartstrings at 50% off. I just had to take a chance on it. All right. I have one more thing to show you. Bath salts. Oh, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. Something that they poured into, or like maybe in like rose water or something. Yeah, I could see that. All right. Last, but certainly not least. Now, when I saw these on the shelf, let me find. So these were priced at $45 for the pair. Ooh, there we go. With 50% off, which made it $22.50 for the pair, which made it like $11 each. My first instinct on these was that they were Blanco. But now that I look closer at them, I don't think they are. I think they are Italian, and they're certainly vintage, mid-century. But I'm not sure. Let's see, they got the little Blanco was really known for these dimples, but the Blanco quality is normally better, and these have, some little bubbles in the glass, and the pontils are, a little rough. So, but for $11 each, stay. And the way I would look those up, let me share my screen one more time. Allow. Okay, so first I would probably go with my instinct and just go ahead and put in Blanco pinched. It's not a bottle, it's a vase. Oops, I can type. You guys, I need a new prescription for my glasses so bad, and the eye doctors are not open yet. It's making me crazy. So here is our Blanco. Well, see, they're not sure either. They're not sure either, but now it's got me thinking, is it Blanco? I don't know. They're saying 441 donut vase, Blanco. Let's look at solds. Because it's the buyers who make the decision, right? Here's one for $9.99. That does not make me happy. Not as pretty of a color. Interesting. So not a lot of results. So let's look. I'm going to go, since they were saying 441, nothing. And only two. So this is where I would go maybe do a search. Blanco 441 base. Aha. Check that out. So my instinct seems to have been correct that it is a Blanco 441 vase or donut vase. Very interesting. So now let me put in Blanco donut vase, because that's the other term I found. Only one. You know what? I'm going to list mine. Let's see. Stop sharing this. Because I have a matched pair. Anytime you have a set of something vintage or pair, it increases the value over having an individual one. So somebody's got this listed as $29.95 for an individual. I'm going to list the set for $49.99. They're not going to get that $29.95. Maybe they will. Maybe I'll set these at $69.99 with best offer. See, that's the fun of this, you guys. There's no set pricing. You get to make your pricing. And that is the beauty of the antiques and collectibles. And it's also one of the nemesis of eBay trying to get everything conformed. You can't do it with this stuff. And the day that they figure that out, that you cannot conform the pricing on antiques and collectibles, that there is no one size fits all on antiques and collectibles, that'll be a beautiful day, because that is the day all of us who sell this stuff are really going to benefit from eBay. Not that we don't now. Don't get me wrong. eBay is still the best game in town to sell this stuff. But it could be a little easier. And really the search is the engine. Search is the engine. I didn't mean it that way, but there you go. But search really is the means by the stuff getting found and the stuff getting sold. And eBay keeps trying to put things into a box of, you know, the clothing seller items are not the antiques and collectibles items. And even within the antiques and collectibles, the jewelry items are not the same as the glass items, and so on and so on. And so here we go. We have to, as sellers of this kind of stuff, we have to just make our own decisions and our own strategies that work for us. And like I tell everybody, what works for me may not work for you. But I say test it. Test everything. Just test it for a certain amount of time, and then look at your numbers. Make things better, things worse. Did it not change anything at all? You have to go on the data. Always go on the data. And that's how you grow your business. It's how you keep it moving. I'm telling you right now, I have only been back up and running for a few months, and already this month we're going over 3,000 in sales, and that is me working on it part-time. And I have one lady who comes in and helps me list, and she's only here maybe 8 to 10 hours a week. So literally, this is what's possible for one person to do, and so much more, because it's growing. It's just a matter of staying consistent and using your strategies wisely and staying on top of it. And this is a great business to be in right now. It's a great business to be in right now, which is why you guys have stayed here till the end. So you know what? You get to hear what's happening. The reason I changed my name to the Niche Lady, I used to be the Danny app when I was coaching and teaching people, and I got that name because somebody else got asked what app they use when they're outsourcing, and they said, oh, I use the Danny app, meaning they would text me and say, should I buy this? So that's kind of how I got that nickname. And over the course of the last few years, I decided that I wanted to start a nonprofit to really help, especially women coming out of situations like what I came out of, to get back on their feet, to be able to have their own business and to be able to learn and utilize the stuff. So I have formed the Niche Foundation, which now makes me the Niche Lady, and that's capitalized. The Niche Foundation is, we're a little held up in red tape right now with everything that happened, but we are a corporation. We are functioning, and our purpose is to help disadvantaged women be able to learn skills to develop their own online business so that they can be or have more independence. So very, 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 very excited about that endeavor. So all of the proceeds, as soon as we get our 501c3 completed, which should be anytime now, all of the proceeds from Utterly Good Stuff, which is my eBay store, are going back into the nonprofit. And really, my income is going to come from just YouTube and the ads that play, the monetization of YouTube. So I still get to go out and do what I love and film it, and I can share everything I want to share for free and yet have YouTube to do that. And so it all just keeps going round and round. So that's the thing. Yeah, I took a big hiatus. I took a big hiatus for about 3 years. Many of you know that I had opened up the time machine shopping experience. And that was an endeavor that was, it was a consignment store, and we wrote software that integrated with eBay. And the whole thing was to develop that software and to be able to ultimately end up selling that software. And that was going to be the retirement plan, right? Well, it didn't work so good because the husband decided he needed a 32-year-old store manager, instead of me. So that was really rough. That business closed down pretty abruptly because I couldn't pay the $22,000 a month rent and all of the expenses and deal with my whole emotional well-being. So I ended up closing that and actually going and getting a job. But I got a job at a nonprofit. And I ran their eBay department and then ultimately managed the thrift store and learned so much through that process, both about nonprofits and about what was possible, that I was like, let's do this. So that's when I got my eBay rolling again and got to a point where we can get revenue coming in so that we can finance these projects, because we want to set these women up completely. We want to make sure they have a computer, a camera, a photo studio, all that they need, and rock and roll. Because nobody should have to go work for Dunkin' Donuts unless they really want to work for Dunkin' Donuts, right? I was married for 22 years, and I never thought that I would need to have a career to support myself. And here I found myself, whoa. The only thing I had to fall back on were my eBay skills and what I had developed just really started as a hobby and helping others. And like, I had that to fall back on. And so I want to make sure people have something to fall back on. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening. I did. I went MIA. I went through a rough time. I won't lie. But I hope if anybody's watching this that is going through something where you think that it's the end of the world for you and life as you knew it was over and that you were never going to be happy again, let me tell you, you will get there. It took me 2 years really to get over that hump. Yeah, it was a crushing blow, and I like, it's not perfect, I do struggle at times. I'm a single mom now, and sometimes I get like, if stuff breaks and it's got to be fixed, or there's something that I'm not strong enough to do, and I get frustrated that I don't have a partner to help me with that. But for the most part, life is good, and I am super blessed, and I have some amazing friends, and I have an amazing church, and my faith gets me through so much. And I want to give back now. I want to help others, knowing what's possible and knowing that there is a light at the end of what can sometimes be a very dark tunnel. Especially, look what we're going through right now. There are so many people. It's the ones that you check on your friends, you guys, the ones that you don't see talking on Facebook, the ones that you haven't heard from. Go check in with them, because they might be in a really dark place right now. And I tell you, one of the things I heard recently was that suicide rates are at an all-time high. And it's the people that you don't hear saying anything are the ones that are most vulnerable. They are the ones that just run out of so much hope. Their only answer is just to get out of this world. So let's please check on them and be their hope. Be their hope. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. I appreciate it. And I really, having all of you here and talking with me today, you don't know how much it means to me. It really, I love it. I love it. I love sharing this stuff with you. I love if I give you one thing that can help you go out and make more money, that means everything to me. I love that. And I want to hear about your successes. So please let me know. Go join the Niche to Profit Facebook group and let me know. I'm in that group every day. Like, I may not be in all the groups that I take place in, but that's my group. That's my place. You're my peeps. And I will always respond to what is posted in there. And I just love hearing about your success and your, and help you. If you're stuck on something, post it. Let's help you with it. Let's help you make that big money. Because the big money, look at Bunnies by the Bay. Come on, $100. Who knew? All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. It's been a blast. Now I got to get busy and get this stuff listed so I can turn this into profits. And with that, go be profitable. Make it fun. See you next time, guys. Bye.